Hey everybody, it's Ken Compton from the Savvy Inspector, and guess who I'm hanging out with today? Oh, you're right, Coach William. Coach William, welcome, sir.
Hey, it's great to be here. I love covering these topics.
Yeah, the breakout sessions at the workshop are really, really fun. Today we're going to be talking about reputation marketing, not reputation management. Reputation management is just looking for negative reviews on the internet and helping the clients push those down and get rid of them. But what we're talking about is marketing your reputation all across the internet. And Coach William, I think reputation is important for many reasons. Why don't we talk about that?
Yeah, especially today. I mean, it's always been important, of course, but today, folks have access to get the dirt on you quick and easy. So having your presence out there, a positive presence, and especially endorsements, those kind of things is critical today because folks are making their decisions that way. I mean, Sherry and you and I were talking the other day about our last trip coming down to Florida, and we're on the road and we're just starting to get hungry. Well, let's find some place to grab something to eat. What do? You pick up your phone and you start looking to find out what's coming up down the road. And how are you basing where you're going to go? What's your final deciding factor? What you're reading about them on the internet. It's more critical today than ever, and I see it not stopping. I think it's just more and more critical every day that we have a great online presence.
So true. So there's three types of reputation. There's good, there's bad, and there's none. Okay, and no reputation is almost as bad as a bad reputation because consumers today say, this guy's been in business for X number of years, they're advertising it. Well, if this person is any good, why don't they have some reviews? I mean, consumers just expect you to have reviews.
Right.
So no reputation. As a matter of fact, William and I were doing a presentation not long back, and we were talking about reputation with our clients. And the fact of the matter is there was a review on the internet that said, I saw this company, I thought about using them, they had no reviews. So I was really hesitant to use them because of that, but I picked up the phone and called them anyway, and I was very excited after talking with the inspector. And so what I'm doing is giving him a review now to let others know this inspector is great and you should use him. So she even knew that a lack of reviews were affecting other consumers or home buyers. So I thought that was pretty telling right there.
Right, and I hear that all the time because I've got in my area. Of course, everybody's got a lot of competitors, I know, but in my area, there are very few of my competitors that really have any kind of reviews, and I hear that all the time about well, you're the only company that had or you had the most reviews. Not that they were all perfectly positive, but I had the most reviews, and that even though I had a few negative reviews that they're reading through there, the fact that I had a ton of reviews and my competitors had none, I won. So I think it's just that critical.
And we'll talk later about this marketing to millennials, but the millennials have now become the largest group in America. The baby boomers, we're dang dying off, and the millennials have replaced us. And they're the first generation, William, and you took a class on this and shared this with me. They're the first generation that are totally digital. And if you don't have reviews on there, they're not giving you their business.
Yeah. That's right, and I'm glad we'll be covering this at the workshop. What Ken's alluding to, I had to take a CE class, and I'm like everybody else. I teach CE in our area. In order to teach CE, guess what? You got to take CE, right? So I kept putting it off. It's one of those things. Well, get down to the wire, and I got to take it. So I did take the class, and it was all about marketing to and dealing with millennials, and it was just so informing. It's one of the best classes I've taken in a long time. So can't wait to share some of that information, but. Yeah, I mean, you've got to be where they are, and where are they? Nose in the phone all the time. Yeah, and a matter of fact, they're referred to in that class. They're referred to as two screens. Sounds like an Indian name. Two screens, because they've always got their phone and something else that they're looking at all the time. That's where they're at. So you've got to be where they are, and you've got to have social proof that you're what they're looking for.
And Coach William and I have a lot of experience in this because we both have millennial children. So we not only have it from a business standpoint, but we have it from a family standpoint as well. So our kids are in that millennial age, 18 to 34. So reputation marketing is really an important thing, and at the workshop we're going to teach you how to set it up. And people say, oh, I have reviews on Google My Business, and I say congratulations. But if that's the only place you have reviews, you've missed the boat.
Yeah, and I think we will probably be talking about it as well. But, one thing that's made a big comeback, and we hear more and more all the time that people found us there and checked us out, and that's the Better Business Bureau, believe it or not. For a while there, it kind of went, and you just didn't seem like there was much credibility in it as there used to be. It had a big fall off. But I've seen a big turnaround in that, big comeback. So we are so concerned about that with our social reputation that we actually hand out documents to every client with shortened little URLs where we want them to go to leave our reviews. So I can't talk about how much, how important that is. If you're not asking, if you don't ask, you don't get. So you need to ask for the reviews and try to get these people to go out and give them to you so that you can build that online reputation.
In the workshop breakout session, we're going to teach you how to get video reviews. What is the process that you go through to make sure that you get those. We're going to share with you where you need to be placing them. I know, Coach William, that on your Southern Indiana YouTube page, the featured video you have is a review for your company.
Yeah, sweet. I mean, and it's that important because again, we're not after, we want to stay engaged with our clients, of course, give them past clients and our agents, give them reasons to come and visit our pages, our online presence. But we're really, really after that new person. And so that reputation management that he's talking about, those commercials are so professional and so powerful. And it just converts, would be going on to shop with other inspectors, because they get the list of 3 or 4 names. And I've always said this, our first battle is to get on that silly list. The next thing is, how do we get the heck off of it? And what I mean by that is, how do we get the client to choose us from the other 3 that are on there or 4 that are on there? And where do they go? As soon as they get that list from the agent, which they all do, they just start down that list online and checking them out. And he who has the greatest online presence wins.
Absolutely.
And you cannot do any better than having a professional spokesperson in these videos that Ken's talking about do the speaking for you, or to have a client, a previous client, do the speaking for you, because it's them sharing their real experience rather than you, if you're doing that, you out there trying to be, sales pitch after sales pitch. It's just so powerful. And millennials, going back to that, one of the things in the class that I've learned from that is that they are the smartest, most highly educated generation that's ever been. But yet they have some fallbacks, and that is that is cognitive ability to be able to problem solve. So how do they solve a problem? Google it. That's how you solve it. So again, it goes right back to being where they are, and they're always on their phone. So and video is so, anybody who watches a video, whether they'll read or not, don't know. But everybody watches videos, so that's the power behind these videos that Ken's alluding to.
Our granddaughter is just a little bit younger than the millennial generation, so she's right behind them. She doesn't think there isn't anything that you can't find on the internet. I mean, she just doesn't believe that. If you need the answer, it's on the internet.
Whether it's true or not.
Exactly. But she's funny on that. She'll say, "Papa Ken, did you Google it?" I'm like, "Oh, I Googled it." So that is so true. So reputation is critically important. We're going to teach you how to get reviews. We're going to teach you a system, where you need to put them, everything you need to know about it. One of the other things too, William, is things have changed a little bit. And in the past, we only responded to negative reviews. And we're going to teach you, if you get a negative review, how to deal with that. But one of the things that's come up now, it's called review velocity. And you'll see hotels and others now are absolutely responding to positive reviews, and Google loves that. Okay, so I think that you'll learn all about review velocity, what it means, how it works, what you should be doing so that you can get more love from Uncle Google. So reputation marketing is one of the most important things that you can do for your firm to get business. If you're not engaged actively in reputation marketing and getting reviews, I feel bad for you. You're going to be a dinosaur. We had a client the other day that said, "Oh, I've collected a bunch of reviews," and I said, "What have you done with them?" They said, "They're on my desktop." And I'm like, "Seriously? I mean, wow, you got reviews, but you don't know what to do with them." And we're going to show you the best collection methods too, because if you collect reviews on site in paper, you're limited to what you can do with them. Okay, so that's a big thing. So marketing your business's reputation, not managing it, but marketing it, is one of the most important things you could do to grow your home inspection business. Coach William, one last thing on it. it helps you get new employees too, doesn't it?
Yeah, we talked about that earlier as well. Surprisingly, I'm always recruiting, and had a very great potential inspector give me a ring so we could do an interview. He's still with me. I hired him. He's still with me today. Been about 3 years now. But I went to lunch with him just to chit chat and see if I liked his personality and that kind of thing. And so, but he was sharing with me that he had offers from 2 other inspection firms besides myself. And so he's online. He's online trying to figure out who he should talk to and go with. And because of our online presence, he chose us over the other competitors. And his comment was that it was just so much more professionally done what he's seen from our firm versus these other guys. Sound like they were kind of stumbling over themselves in the field doing, cheap shot videos, if you will. But having the reputation commercials that you guys have put together, I think it just was a real strong deciding factor for him. It just blew him away because there's nobody else doing that.
I was reading a blog post a couple of days ago from a friend who's an internet marketer, and one of the things was in there. One of the statistics was in there was how employees are now choosing their employer based on their employer's reputation as one of the factors. And it was talking about millennials again. And they wanted to work for a company that was respected by their customers. They didn't want to go to work for someone else that wasn't respected by the customers. And I thought that was very powerful because we don't always think that way. We think that we need to put a good reputation up there for our customers, but you don't always think about it for employee recruiting. And I would say, when you're doing recruiting, the fact of the matter is we have more 5-star reviews than any other home inspection company in our market. And there's a reason for that because we have an excellent company. And, if you say that yourself, that's pretty hard. But when your customers say it, that's way better. That's way better.
With, like we said, the agents hand out the list of names and they're going through searching that way. That in itself, because they chose you over the others, because they don't know who you are. They're clueless. They're only going to know what you've got out there online. So for them to choose us based on that alone, that we happen to be one of the guys on the list, and that's the deciding factor, speaks a ton for what you guys have done for us online. The other thing is we do a lot, and I'm sure everybody does, for folks moving here from out of state. And for us, now because of the way Google brings up your rankings, you may not always be on the front page. So, or you're further down on the front page even. So people out of state who don't have those recommendations from the real estate agent are out there solely on their own, trying to find somebody in the new market that they're coming to. And so, they're scrolling through a ton of different inspectors, competitors that are out there. So when they're choosing your firm over those others and coming from out of state, I think speaks volumes for that as well. You had to have done something right to set yourself apart, differentiate yourself from the competitors. And I think video, especially professionally done videos, I don't think there's anything out there any more powerful.
I agree with you. And, I think the thing about it is these reviews are very easy to get because here's what happens is they've already chosen you as the home inspector. They perceive you as the obvious expert. They know you, like you, and trust you, and they want to help you grow your business. So when you've done a great job for them, if you implement the system we teach, they'll give you reviews. And it's just so powerful for people to come in and read these reviews because they want to see what type of experience they can expect to have with your firm. And you probably read reviews. Coach William knows this. I'm a big reader, and for a $6 book, I'm reading 12 reviews. Okay, so what happens is there's always these stupid reviews on there that say things like, oh, whatever, but you'll start to see trends in reviews. Okay, so if the trend is they're thorough, they're professional, they're great communicators, I had a quick question, they got back with me, those are the kind of trends they're looking for in reviews. And we'll teach you how to, I don't want to say coach, but help the client give you a better review. And I know, Coach William, you guys have gotten really good at it, and I know we're going to teach that in the breakout session as well.
Sure, yeah.
All right. In the next video, we're going to be talking about becoming a multi-inspector firm. If you're thinking about becoming a multi-inspector firm, there's a lot to think about. So in the next video, we'll be talking about that. Don't forget that we have the early bird special going through July 31st, 2017. If you're coming to the workshop, you might as well take advantage of that boatload of prizes and gifts that you're going to get. So go ahead and get your ticket purchased, and when you do, go ahead and snag your reservation at the hotel through our room block. So all that's right here on the website for you.